Now, for the next 7 days, you're going to work as hard as ever for us, Louisa. Really? You saw me off at the airport, didn't you? Why are you here? I wonder why you don't understand. I'm here to accompany you on your joyous honeymoon trip, of course. I can't believe that. You even booked your own room for the trip. It's a honeymoon trip, remember? We paid a lot of money for this trip. You should be more grateful. How can I be happy? You are sharing a room with my husband, while I'm stuck in a different room by myself. It's not normal. This is normal for me. I'm so happy to be together with my lovely son. It's not a honeymoon if I can't even spend time with my husband because we barely see each other. You're ruining your son's happiness. It's your fault for not arranging this trip properly. Jethro loves trains, and he said he wanted to include a train trip on our honeymoon. We were really looking forward to it. Is that so? Yes, of course. The Rocky Mountaineer is a famous train that offers a great view of the Rocky Mountains. What a great trip! I'm so lucky to have such a great view in my lifetime. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're happy. I'll be enjoying this spectacular view with my son. The fact that mother and son can enjoy together is even better. I haven't talked to Jethro yet about this. He said that it's going to be a great trip since I'll be accompanying him. Isn't that nice? Jethro is a good boy who loves his mother. Did he really say that? He loves me more than anything in the world. It's natural for him to feel that way. So, I've been deceived then? He's never acted like that before. He needed to hide it from you. If you knew his true personality, you would refuse to marry him. That's why I told him to hide it well. What? I'm an elderly woman. My body is starting to show signs of wear and tear. I thought it's about time to find a maid to help me take care of my son. You arranged our marriage just for that reason? That's right. I have an acquaintance who knows well about young women who can be a good wife. I asked around, and your name came up. Since my parents died 10 years ago, I've only been to my family home a few times a year for cleaning. I can't believe my name came up as a candidate. Isn't it strange? I don't think so. What do you mean? Your parents were well-known landowners, but they've passed away. If you get married to Jethro, there are a lot of advantages I can obtain. Gosh, I can't believe you just said that. Besides, it's a coincidence that you work for the same company as my son, so I thought it was fate for you and Jethro to be together. Then why has Jethro been so kind to me so far? Because I told him to make it work until both of you get married. That boy will do as I tell him. Did you ask him to cook dinner for me since I was working a lot of overtime? I had him cook using expired food and moldy vegetables that I had in the house. Don't you think that's a good idea? Oh no, that's terrible. I thought Jethro did his best to cook for me. So even though it tasted a little weird, I decided to eat it. Besides, you take Jethro around a lot because you enjoy taking pictures of scenery, don't you? He always went with me because he said it was fun to ride on his favorite train. He looked so happy. Jethro said that he loves trains, but taking an ugly woman with him was the worst because it made him feel bad. I was sorry to hear that. That's terrible. I'm so proud of him since he coped with it and got married to you. That's my son. He's always been a patient boy. If that's true, it's horrible. I don't think I can stay married to him. What are you blabbering about? Now that you and Jethro are married, you have no choice. You are Jethro's wife, so you'll serve me and my son well. Is that clear? I'm afraid I just can't decide it by myself. First of all, I need to confirm with Jethro. That's no use. After the train trip is over, I'll have you work hard as a baggage handler. I don't want to do that. Are you trying to talk back to me? You're so cocky. Did you really think I'd listen to you? That's impossible. I thought you'd be easy to deal with, but I guess I was wrong. You're so annoying. No one would listen to such a reckless thing you just said to me. I don't need a useless wife. If you don't want to carry the baggage, why don't you go back home by yourself? I don't care if my son divorces you. Please don't decide on your own. I'll decide what to do after I talk to Jethro. There's no point in struggling. I'll enjoy this trip together with my son. Just the two of us. My name is Luisa. I'm 28 years old. My husband Jethro is 32 years old, and we just got married a month ago. He and I work in different departments of the same company. We started dating when I picked up his nameplate he dropped accidentally. But it looks like it was a part of my mother-in-law's plan. To my surprise, I found out about everything during our honeymoon. Audrey, my mother-in-law, is 62 years old. She was friendly and easy to talk to when I greeted her on our wedding day. I had no idea that she was hiding her true intentions from me. As soon as we landed in Canada and arrived at the train station, my mother-in-law appeared out of nowhere. She shoved a single-room ticket in my hand, took my husband's arm, walked away, and got on the train. I was astonished at the sight. I couldn't believe what I saw. I rubbed my eyes again and again, but unfortunately it was reality. I couldn't believe that Jethro's kindness to me had been a lie. I asked for the room Jethro was in, but it was locked and I couldn't get in. No matter how much I called out to him, he ignored me. Considering the inconvenience to the other rooms, I had no choice but to go back to my room and contacted him by phone. But what awaited me was only a sad ending.
What do you want? I'm with my mom, popping open a bottle of champagne and enjoying the view. Don't interrupt me.
Now I understand that what your mother said was true. You deceived me, Jethro.
I don't know what she said, but I'm sure that Mom said the right thing.
You married me to provide yourself with a servant, didn't you?
Don't talk to me like that. I was just looking for someone who could enrich me in Mom's life. Sounds nice, right?
Huh? What are you talking about? I knew it. This is too much to bear.
You're so happy to be able to take care of your beloved husband, aren't you? It's what every woman dreams about. What's wrong with you?
Everything is wrong. I don't think we should continue our marriage life.
Looks like Mom is right. It seems that you're the wrong wife for me. You're just a useless woman.
I'm not a useless woman.
You know what? You're a good wife if you obey your husband. If you can't do that, I don't need you. You're not fit to be my wife.
That's a terrible thing to say. Who on earth do you think you are?
You don't want your husband to leave you the moment you get back from your honeymoon, do you?
I thought that kind of thing only happens in movies.
I'm giving you 2 days. If you don't want to be dumped, change your mind during that time. Think about it.
All right. I'll think things over.
You better reflect on it and do us a favor.
Hey, where are you now? Stop dawdling and come to the souvenir shop at the train station. You're supposed to do your duty as my son's wife. The two of you forced me to handle the luggage, so it was hard for me to move around. Have you lost your strength after living on the train for the past 2 days without food while crying? I think my pants got a little tight because I enjoyed the excellent food, wine, and scenery alone. It was a precious experience. I know that you're just pretending to be tough. Anyway, I bought some souvenirs, so you'll have to carry this for me too. That's why you're here. What? You just got off the train, didn't you? You bought some souvenirs already? You must really like to shop. I found a great store, so I went ahead and stocked up. I bought 30 bottles of 500 milliliter maple syrup. Isn't that nice? That's too much. Why did you decide to take all of them home? You should have sent them by shipping service or something like that. I have a good servant to take care of that, and it's a waste of money to use this shipping service. As long as you carry those with you, I don't mind at all. I see. Please tell your maid that I wish her the best of luck then. It's none of my business anyway. What? I'm talking about you! Get over here and take care of our stuff! Didn't you hear me? I told you that I'm not gonna take care of your stuff. You're definitely a slave since you're carrying 3 travel bags with you. Stop your babbling and get over here quickly. Absolutely not. Why should I do that? You're talking back to me again. Now I know that I've chosen the wrong wife for my son. Same here. From the bottom of my heart, I think I've made a mistake in choosing a husband. He was a horrible man after all. You lousy talker! Enough! Go back home. You're useless. So you can go ahead with the divorce. Don't worry about that. I'm on the plane home now with all your luggage. What? I've got them all with me, just like you said. I've been very helpful, haven't I? What are you talking about? I'm going back home as soon as I can, just like you said. You have no complaints about this, right? Wait a minute. What do you mean? Furthermore, as per your request, I will quickly submit the divorce papers that you've prepared when me and Jethro got married. Now you've got what you wanted. I was a good wife, wasn't I? I told you to wait. What are you doing so selfishly? What's wrong with that? You're just joking about what you just said, aren't you? No, I'm serious. I just happened to get on a plane back home because there was a cancellation. Seems that God didn't abandon me. I was so lucky. You've got to be kidding me. What on earth are you doing? Get down here right now, you useless woman. Gosh, you just told me to go home, so I obeyed you. Now you want me to come back again? I've done what you told me, so why are you so angry? Do you realize what will happen if you do that? If the neighbors find out that you boycotted the honeymoon trip and went back home, bad rumors about our family will spread right away. You're absolutely right. It would really be a big problem if they know that you came along to the honeymoon trip, spent the whole time with your son, disrespected me, and then sent me back home. I can imagine how upset the neighbors and relatives are when they see you and Jethro. Seriously? According to you, I'm the beautiful and smart daughter of the landowners who is well known in the community, right? I didn't say anything about your looks. A daughter of landowners and a woman with unknown family background. Which of us would the people of the community believe? You already know the answer for that, don't you? Hold it right there. Don't tell the neighbors and relatives about what's happening. Just keep it as a secret, okay? It's too late. I've told everything to my relative who is coming to pick me up when I return home. It was a great relief to hear her kind words to me. Who is that woman? She's the daughter of a town councilor who's been a good friend of mine since I was little. I love her as if she were my own sister. That chattering female monster who is said to carry rumors about people at the speed of sound? No kidding! I think everyone in town already knows about everything. I'm sure this kind of topic will spread at breakneck speed. You can't do that! Call her now and tell her that it was a lie. I refuse. Oh my God, what should I do? Anyway, Mama's boy Jethro, your favorite mommy is in trouble. Come on out and help her. How dare you talk to your husband like that? Who on earth do you think you are? I don't care. You're not my husband anymore. We will be strangers soon.
You don't get all worked up just because you got the neighbors on your side. I think you forgot that we work at the same place.
Oh, that's right. What should I do? Did I do something wrong?
It's too late to panic now. When I get home, I'm going to call the company and tell them all about what you did.
I totally forgot all about you, and I just called the company.
Huh?
I called my boss to tell him I was having a bad honeymoon and had to call it quits. I know it's true, but
No way.
I was bored spending time alone at the single bedroom, so I called him during his lunch break at work and had a machine gun talk with him. I told them everything,
What a mess.
and it looks like he had it on speakerphone in the cafeteria. I wonder how many people were listening at that time. It's hard to predict, isn't it?
There's always a bunch of guys from my department in the cafeteria during lunch break. How are you going to take the responsibility of what you've done?
I'm not going to do anything about it. I mean, I was just telling them the truth. Well, if you want to make excuses, be my guest. Whatever you say, it's just going to sound like an excuse. Too bad. Better luck next time.
You're lying. Just tell me that you're joking.
I can't wait to see the reactions from the neighbors and your colleagues. I wonder how long you can cope with that.
I can't live in the town anymore if they find out about this. I don't know what I should do. Me too. I can't cope with my colleagues at work. I'll lose my job.
Well, I guess that's life, isn't it? The question is, will both of you be able to return home safely?
That's right, our luggage. Oh no, my passport! It's in my travel bag.
Geez, what should I do? I heard that if you lose your passport, you have to go to the embassy and take care of the procedures. Anyway, it'll cost you money to get a new one. But if I don't do that, you both can't go home.
I only have my wallet with a little cash in it. And since I bought maple syrup, I only have a little over $5 left. What am I supposed to do? I was going to let Luisa pay for everything, so I didn't bring a penny. Where's your credit card? I left it at home, in case I drop my wallet somewhere. I don't want it to get misused. What did you say? So you want us to walk our way to the embassy?
What a fun honeymoon trip. Maybe you'll have to stay longer than planned.
Wait a minute. Come back now.
Who would go to all the trouble just to become a slave? I'm not going back there.
I won't treat you like a slave anymore. I'll be sincere and nice to you. I apologize for what I've done to you.
I don't need your apology, Audrey.
We're a married couple, Luisa. We have to help each other, right? Please, I'm counting on you.
Married couple? Are you kidding me? We're going to be strangers soon.
Please don't say that.
I'm about to take the flight, so I'm going to turn off my phone. Bye then.
Oh no! Don't leave us here.
I returned back home after a pleasant flight and immediately went to file the divorce papers. I was very tired but relieved. As for my ex-husband and ex-mother-in-law, they were mugged by a gang of hoodlums who robbed their $5. They had to drink maple syrup to cope with starvation. They were given fruits at the market, but since the fruits were rotten, they suffered from stomach ache and had to go behind the grass because there were no toilets nearby. After all those events, they somehow made it to the U.S. Embassy by hitchhiking. My ex-husband, whom I hadn't seen for a long time at work, was mortified. Well, I can understand that. But it doesn't end there. Rumors were already spreading at work, and my ex-husband quit the company, probably because the other employees looked at him with hatred and made it difficult for him to stay working there. The rumors said that any woman who got married with Jethro will be bullied and sold to a nasty company run by mafias overseas. My mother-in-law couldn't even go shopping because she was treated coldly wherever she went in the town. Both Jethro and Audrey got what they deserved. Now, the ultimate thing is my demand for alimony. I demanded $20,000 for the mental anguish I suffered from their bullying, and was approved for payment of $10,000. Now, my ex-husband is working part-time at a convenience store, and my mother-in-law is living secretly with her savings. It's such a sad ending for such an overbearing woman like Audrey. Well, she must be very happy to spend all hours of the day together with her beloved son, since they get along well together. I've had enough of marriage for a while, so I'm going to become a career woman and work hard for my job. I will save up enough money and aim to travel to Canada again next time.
Patricia, I heard from Aaron that you've decided where you're going for your honeymoon. Valerie, I was going to tell you that later. That's right, we've decided to go to Florida. We don't like to spend long hours inside a plane, so Florida's the best place for us. We have plenty of time to do some sightseeing when we arrive there. That's great. I have a week back, so I can't stay on the plane for a long time. Good choice, Patricia. Thanks for picking a place close by. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try marine sports. That sounds fun, doesn't it? I've only seen them on TV, so I've always wanted to try it. Oh, I see. By the way, Valerie, are you planning to go to Florida with your friends? Of course not. I was thinking of going with you and Aaron. I thought you guys would be okay with it. Is that a bad idea? Together? But me and Aaron are going for a honeymoon. I don't think it's a problem. It'll be just the three of us in the new house anyway. Wouldn't it be nice to take a trip to get to know each other? It will be a great memory. Besides, you know what? I hear that honeymoons often lead to fights. And when that happens, I'll be on your side to mediate. You can rely on me. Haha, that's very nice of you. Anyway, does Aaron know that you're coming with us? Not yet. He's about to find out. Well, there's no reason to say no. Oh, I see. I understand. You don't want to travel with me, Patricia? Looks like your voice sounds unexcited. No, it's just that this time it's not a family trip but a honeymoon. Usually couples go by themselves, right? I had never heard of a family member participating in a honeymoon trip, so I didn't know how to react. Patricia, you are surprisingly old-fashioned, aren't you? It's more fun to travel with many people. We will be a family of 3 from now on, so let's get along. I got it. Oh, excuse me. I've got a customer on the phone. I'm going back to work. Oh dear, I'm sorry that I disturbed you. Good luck with your work. I'll look into the tourism-related information of Florida, so leave it to me. I have plenty of time to do that. Hey, Aaron, did you know that your mother wants to go with us on our honeymoon? Yeah, I know about that. I just got a call from my mom out of the blue too. She's so excited in going that I'm so confused. I told her that I didn't want her to be on the honeymoon with us. Well, you did a great job. I tried several times to tell her no, but she's really looking forward to it. And if I told her outright, I'll make her sad. Mom has never been on a vacation like this before. She's never been on a trip, let alone abroad. And it's like a dream come true for her. She's always worked so hard to raise me. I understand what you're saying, but it's a honeymoon. A trip for just the 2 of us to get to know each other, right? Do you want me to goof off in front of your mother? I can't do that. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but can you let my mom go with us this time? After we get back from this trip, let's go on a trip for just the 2 of us, okay? Maybe we can stay at a luxury hotel and relax there. What do you think? Does that mean you're going to prioritize your mother than our sweet honeymoon trip? It's not like that, but would you understand? I appreciate and respect your mother for raising you by herself. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? But we can't take care of your mother while going for a honeymoon trip. It doesn't make any sense at all. This time, I'll let your mother join our honeymoon trip. But if something like this happens in the future, I won't forgive you. I understand. Just this once. Thank you. Don't forget that we're going on another honeymoon trip when we get back. Don't worry. I won't forget.
Hasn't your mother come out of her room yet? She was so excited that she asked me to go with her to the souvenir shop before we catch our plane.
I know, but she didn't answer when I went to her room and I haven't been able to get in touch with her.
Are you sure that she's okay? Did she collapse in her room or something?
I don't think so. Yesterday she was doing just fine.
I'm worried about your mother, so I'm going to call her myself. Good morning, Valerie. Aaron says he couldn't get in touch with you. Are you all right?
Oh, Patricia, good morning. Thanks for your concern. I'm fine.
Valerie, Aaron was worried about you too, you know? Do you want to go shopping from now? Anyway, where are you now? Are you in your hotel room?
Don't be surprised, okay? Actually, I just arrived home.
What did you say? You mean you went back by yourself? When? How? Also, why didn't you tell me?
I didn't mean to hide it and sneak back home. Anyway, everything is good. It's just that I wanted to go home. I'm kind of tired, so let me rest.
Wait a minute, please. If you were going to leave, you should have told me that you were leaving. But anyway, at least you arrived home safely. We'll be back by nighttime too, so please take a good rest.
Are you guys going back home today too?
Come to think of it, I looked in my bag just now and found your wallet and passport in it.
I guess they somehow got mixed up when I was packing for our return trip. I'm sorry I didn't notice. I'll return it to you when you get back. Oh, but wait. Oh my God. You can't come back without your passport, can you?
What do you mean? What do you mean that my passport got into your bag? I'm quite sure that I put it in my own bag. There's no way that it's now in your bag. Does that mean that you took it out of my bag without my permission?
Are you trying to say that I stole your passport? Watch your language, Patricia. It just got mixed up in there when I realized. Isn't it because you are sloppy?
That's not possible. I had my valuables in my bag. How am I supposed to go home then?
I don't know. I don't think I can help you with that. You were ignoring my opinion during the trip and made your own decision. Why don't you think about the solution for your own problem by yourself?
Why did you do this to me? Were you planning to leave me in Florida from the beginning?
Actually, not from the beginning. But I changed my mind when I saw your true character during the trip. Come to think of it, Patricia, you weren't keen on the trip after I told you that I'll join you. A wife shouldn't let her mother-in-law know her true intentions. It seems you were also reluctant to move in with me, right? What kind of a person are you to rebel against me after marrying my son? So, this is a discipline. It's how I express my love to you as a family. It's a whip of love. The first step is the most important so that you won't disobey me in the future. It was a good experience, wasn't it? You and Aaron should just do as I say. Now, what are you going to do? I know you are very anxious right now without your wallet and passport. This is what happens when you treat me poorly and disobey me. Now you understand, don't you?
I understand enough. I understand too much that I'm shaking.
What a good girl. By the way, are you still shaking in fear? I know you're worried if you don't have your wallet when you're on a trip. I'm sorry. I can't help you since I'm already back home. I don't know what to do.
I'm not anxious.
I'm shaking with anger. It's against common sense for you to come along on my honeymoon trip. Also, taking out the wallet and passport of someone's bag is a crime. Are you aware of that? You're so persistent. Seems that you still have the energy to rebel to me. I'm going to have a hard time from now on dealing with you. You are such a troublesome wife.
I can hardly imagine dealing in the future with someone who thinks that crime is discipline. The fact that you stole my wallet and passport is totally crime, and I will be contacting the police.
What? The police? You're calling the police for a mere family problem? You shouldn't bother. Are you out of your mind? Stop playing the victim since I'm the real victim here.
It's you who are out of your mind, Valerie.
Even a child knows that if you steal from someone, you will be punished. I didn't steal it. I'm just disciplining you. You are not making any sense. Then we should let the police decide, shall we? I'll talk to Aaron first and then call the police. I'm so busy, so I will call you back. You should calm down and think about what you have done. I am not going to apologize since I didn't do anything wrong. Please take responsibility for what you did. Hey, Patricia, what have you done? I'm busy right now, Valerie. Is something wrong? I can't stop getting calls from my relatives. They said that I'm a disgrace for what I did. Oh, I see. Looks like the response has been unexpectedly powerful. Maybe it's because I posted on social media that you stole my wallet and passport and left me in Florida. Your relatives have the access to the social media, so they can also see it. Oh my God, what a thing to do. Quick, delete that post and correct your mistake. Why should I correct it? It's the truth. I'm the one who's getting the ire of all my relatives. Well, that's none of my business. You deserve that. It's your business too, isn't it? Your family. You're supposed to help me. Huh? Is this some kind of joke? Family? You came along on a trip and interrupted the newlywed couple. And then to top it off, you took my wallet and passport out of my bag. That's not something a family member would do. I'm disappointed. You are a persistent person and also not a good listener. I'm telling you that the wallet and passport just happened to be in my bag. You still think of it that way? I'm not going to argue with you about that now. I had a discussion with Aaron. As you can see, he is indignant. When I return back home, I'll probably have to cut ties with you. What the hell is that? Why do I have to cut ties with Aaron? He's my sweet son. If you who have no remorse get involved, there will be more unreasonable things happen in the future. Aaron is worried about me because of this incident. He thought it was dangerous for me to stay with you. Stealing my wallet and left me abroad without a care is too cruel for a discipline. Even though Aaron is a child of such a mother, I'm glad that he's decent. I wonder if he's just like his decent father. It is common sense for a wife to listen to her husband and her mother-in-law. All you did annoyed me, so it's natural to discipline you, right? Why don't you just say it directly then? You don't have to do this kind of criminal act. If you had told me about your concerns, I would have listened to you properly. In the first place, you just said that a wife is supposed to listen to her mother-in-law. You called me old-fashioned before, didn't you? I will say exactly the same thing to you. You were married before, weren't you? You had a bad experience yourself. So now, you are doing the same thing to me? I admire you for raising your children by yourself, but there is a difference between that and this. Maybe so, but I'm so upset now since I have seen your true character. I never thought that you are that kind of person. Oh, I know that you're trying to impress me with your talk, but since I stole your wallet, how are you going to come back home? If you can't come back, it doesn't matter what you insinuate. It won't hurt. I still have Aaron with me. Seems that you don't know anything. What do you mean by that? If you lose your wallet, as long as you have your smartphone with you, you can manage to pay for stuff by using the app and go back home safely. I guess you didn't know about that. Even if I don't have my smartphone with me, I have Aaron who'll help me. Finally, you just said it out, didn't you? You stole my wallet. I'll use this as evidence to file a theft report with the police. Wait a minute! Are you really going to call the police? Not only you forced me to cut the cord with Aaron, but you also want to call the police? That's too much! Too much? That's what you did to me. Go ahead. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going to listen to you anymore. Patricia, I got a call from my son. He sounded so formal and I felt as if he were a stranger. It seems that he really intends to cut ties with me. That's right. I won't lie to you. Did you think I was lying when I said that to you? I didn't think you would go that far. Aaron says he loves me and will protect me, who is his precious wife. It's too late for you to regret it now, okay? I can't forgive you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. If Aaron and I are no longer family, how will I be able to live? I don't care about that. Why don't you solve it by yourself? Serves you right. Right now, I'm living on the money Aaron sends me every month. If we are no longer mother and son, it means that I'll lose those remittances. How can I survive? Why don't you start to get a job to pay for your own living expenses then? The only thing that's important to you is the money. With that kind of thinking, how could you expect me to forgive such a cruel mother? I have no intention of forgiving you. Also, I think the police will be contacting you soon. I contacted the police after I returned back home and told them that my wallet was stolen. I also showed them the evidence. What am I supposed to do? I'm in a panic because I've made Aaron upset, and now the police are coming too. By the way, not only will you be arrested for theft, but you will also be charged with compensation. No way! I was left in Florida without my wallet, and I was also experiencing the mental anguish of the possibility of not being able to return home. When I contacted the police, they told me that I should also consult a lawyer. So I consulted the lawyer and found out that I can also get compensation for what you did to me. I'm looking forward to your payment. Thank you very much. I can't afford to pay for the compensation when I can't even make a living without Aaron's remittances. Even if you can't pay, I'll have you pay for that at all costs. You'll have to ask your lawyer how you're gonna pay. I don't think there's any way not to pay, but maybe they can give you some advice on how to find a job and pay for that. Patricia, I'm so sorry. What I did was too much for a discipline. I apologize. Really, forgive me. I'm just a weak old lady, okay? Weak? Stop joking, Valerie. I've never seen someone so strong like you before. So I'm not going to forgive you, no matter how hard you try. I hope you will realize in time about the consequences of what you have done to me. I'm going to be separated from Aaron, who I worked so hard to raise. That alone is an unbelievable suffering, and you don't need to add compensation on top of it. At the very least, please, don't cut me off from the family ties. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. It was Aaron who came up with the idea after he heard about what you did to me. So it doesn't make sense for you to tell me to stop cutting the cord. Please tell Aaron directly. Well, I don't think he'll withdraw his decision anyway. That's impossible. I've raised him so carefully. I don't know how you raised Aaron, but thank you for being completely contrary and setting a bad example for me. Aaron seems to understand that your ideas are crazy. You know what? I don't deserve this. I'm sorry about that. It's called karma. You know that? Thank you again for setting a bad example for me and Aaron this time. What goes around comes around. So please do your best to atone for your sins. Now then, I have nothing more to say to you, Valerie. Please excuse me. Valerie was arrested by the police for theft. However, since it was her first offense, she received a stern warning and was given a suspended sentence and did not face jail time. We heard about this fact from a relative, and we did not go to see her in person because we were afraid that she would get involved further and do something nasty to us. Aaron, as he had declared to me, cut off all contact with his mother, and of course, he has stopped sending money to her. My mother-in-law, who still could not give up, visited her house every day, crying and sometimes swearing at us. Even though I told her that she was disturbing the neighborhood, she refused to listen and asked me to resume sending money to her. I can never forgive her, so I turned her away. Since I was fed up with her coming to my house every day, me and Aaron decided to move into a house with better conditions than before without telling Valerie about that. We also charged her for compensation, which she had no choice but to start working part-time again to pay for that since Aaron has stopped sending money to her. I heard a rumor that my mother-in-law, who is very energetic for her age, talkative, puts her own mistakes on the shelf, and is always mean to the younger staff, at her part-time job, so everyone dislikes her. I'm not a cruel person, so after Aaron cut the cord with his mother and she agreed to pay for the compensation, I deleted my social media posts about what had happened. Now that we are no longer related, me and Valerie are strangers. Since we have some money to spare from the compensation we received, we are happily planning where to go for our honeymoon, just the two of us, one more time.